Okay, welcome. I'm just grooving a little bit here, working through some things here. Just bear with me. All right, I'm going to smooth this down. I really enjoy this song called Five Below by Tony Wolf. All right, hello and welcome to the Results of Ronnie podcast series. I am Ronnie Walker, Master Coach of Exceptional Dating, Relationships, and Sex. And today, we're going to have a very interesting topic. Now, I did take some notes, however, that doesn't mean I'm going to follow them to the letter. Okay, so we're just going to let this thing rip. But first, I'm going to smooth it out a little bit for you. All right. All right. Let's try this again. How you doing? Well, my name is Ronnie Walker, Master Coach of Exceptional Dating, Relationships, and Sex. And welcome to the Results of Ronnie podcast series, MrRelationshipMan.com and DatingDiscussions.com. This particular podcast, or vodcast, or whatever they want to call them now, because you can visually see me, is going to talk about women dating like men. Some of you will agree, some of you won't agree, and I'm okay with either. But let me just share some thoughts because, again, I've been in this space, and you've heard me talk about this a number of years. And so for me, this is not some vanity project or something I'm doing because I want to be social media famous or, I'm really working overtime and wish I want to be on TV and seen by millions of people. And should that happen, and it will happen. However, that's not really my reason. I really want to see people getting back to healthy dating, healthy relationship, healthy intimacy, and of course, healthy sex and orgasms. So there's a way and a process that this happens. And here is where the challenge comes, because far too many people, I'd say far too many, so whether you want to think they're the majority of people or the minority of people, there's far too many in my place where women are trying to date like men. And for many, it's something that they have, they are in a space where they figure that they can avoid certain challenges of dating relationships by trying to be the person that they broke up with or they're not in line with. So what do I mean by that? Far too many women are trying to take the space of men, and not just in the space where they're talking about they're being masculine. I'm talking where you're taking on the traits of men who are not intentional in their dating. So you're trying to express on every damn level of what you don't care about. If it happens this way, great. If it happens that way, great. I don't care. Everything is an I don't care. Everything is I'm not obligated. Everything is, it doesn't matter to me. And I jump on men for years about that mindset. Because here's the thing, for all of this non-caring and non-obligation and what you don't owe somebody else, these very same people are usually looking for that in the other person. They want the obligation. They want the explanation. They want the caring from the person. And I'm like, well, how does that work? Make that make sense to me. Where you want, and see, this is coming from a space of fear. Because if you feel that you don't care about it, that if they mess up, then it doesn't matter because you didn't care in the first place. So you're really trying to move something that's been given to you, which is your emotions. And you're trying to remove that from the equation. And so it's not more so gender specific because yes, I said men do this, women do this as well. But I'm finding so often on the platforms where women are really trying to coach women on trying to remove what I think is one of the most powerful forms or the powerful gifts of dating. And that is the relationship. The emotion. And so you can't expect to find someone that is going to be a caring, vulnerable, if you're not that person. You know that. What makes you think that in some form or fashion, in some universe that you've made up in your mind, that you're going to I'll give you another example. And I'm all over the place here, but that's okay. There's a point to all of this. You hear this meme you saw this meme that was going around about, the person has to love you or care for you more than you care for them. And that's a recipe for disaster, because here's what you're setting yourself up for. You're setting yourself up for that person realizing that you can give a rat's you know what about them. And why would they stick around? A person who knows their worth is looking for reciprocity. Period. End of story. No one's going to invest their time, money, and effort. And don't hit me with the money's not that important. Yes, it does play a part. Don't hit me with the sex is not that important. Yes, it is. You have to remind yourself that if you want to receive, you have to give. That's the way it works. In business, you pay me money, I provide you with a service product. On a job, you give them so much of your time per day, they provide you with a position in which they pay you. It's an exchange. A man is going to take his time and effort to get to know you through the ways of spending time on a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. He spends his money and his effort. And if you think that you're going to play this position, again, and we're talking to men who are intentional and men who know their worth. Ladies, if you think a man of that caliber, character, and integrity is going to sit here and go through all of this with you while you try to play this nonchalant, I'm not going to put forth this kind of effort because I want to see and make him jump through all the hoops. And you may not be saying that, but some of you are saying that. And expect him to stick around. But some of you won't make it past dessert. Check, please. Or that first date is the last date. Maybe the second date, maybe the third date. But at some point, sooner than later, that brother is going to be out. So why are you listening to people that's telling you to suppress the gifts of discernment and emotions to use to your advantage, to invest in yourself, to know who you are, and put together your boundaries, your standards, so that you can find someone that you can relax with, feel safe around. Find someone who is going to be congruent with you. You women are trying to take on this toxic role that some men have embraced and encouraged others to do. And you're getting yourselves burned, and you're going through far too many dating disasters, far too many horrible relationships. And then you repeat the pattern over and over and over and thinking it's the men. No, that's you. Now, again, if you're one of those who figure that men and women are equal, then I'm assuming, with that being said, that you're paying for the dates, you're asking the men out, you're shooting your shot, and you're going for yours. However, the men that I coach are intentional. They're setting the direction. They're letting the woman know who they are, what they're about, and where they see a woman that they're attracted to in their future, without having her sacrifice who she is without her sacrificing her freedom and our autonomy. Far too many of you ladies have picked men that you know was not for you. So many of you have chosen to spend time, entertain men, just to prove a narrative of other women, your friends, or even yourself, or dating at the level of yourself, low self-esteem, just to prove a point that there are no good men out there. Meanwhile, if you follow me on my platform, I'm showcasing men all the time who are out here getting married, getting degrees, making money. And I back it up with the numbers. The numbers are out there if you really do the research. There are brothers out here doing phenomenal. Far too many of you women are listening to real, bitter, angry women. And those women are sometimes your mama, your auntie, your sis, and your girlfriends. And then if anyone tries to show you that, then you want to interpret that as bashing women and hating women, when nothing could be further from the truth. It's frustrating. It really is. Because I also know that on these platforms, that there are many women in that space, that real negative Debbie Downer space that's got women all the way messed up. They really are telling them something that is just really detrimental. And if you really listen, if you step back and listen to them, that you could tell they're not coming from a healthy place. But here's the thing, just because they're women and you're a woman doesn't mean that you need to listen to them. The redeeming part is that I'm now seeing an increasing number of women who are all calling these women out on their BS. And they're directing you to men that you could listen to grow from, and how to attract the man that you're looking for. They really are being honest with you in terms of what you need to do. Because there are many times when I'll listen to a woman, she'll sit here and really whine and go on about the men. And I'm going, okay, so this is the type of men you look, okay, they're over here. But now remember, before you go over there, make sure that you're this type of woman, because those are the type of women they're looking for. And then you have a choice. You have a choice. But the men are out there. Don't let these women and some of the men tell you that they aren't. Yes, there are unproductive men. No, any man who knows his worth will tell you that there are. But far too many of you are spending far too much time on those men, trying to change those men. And yes, you do. Yes, you do. Far too many focusing on those unproductive men. If just because you're mad that they didn't fall in line with your program. When you knew, and let's just say the first time you were naive, because he was able to make you believe that he's not who he really is. But this is happening 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And every time we turn around, you're on social media with subliminals. Or now you found God. Or all men ain't this, or all men ain't that. And real men would do this, and real men would do that. Why? Because you're still trying to change someone who doesn't want to be changed. Well, what does this have to do with dating as men? Well, because there are men who've been doing that as well. And so what they do is when they start dating, they go through this whole thing of just running through women. They really have no true intentions for the women other than just to sleep with them or see if they can move in with them and take advantage of their resources. And here's the thing, many women fall for it because They reach out to speak to me, to speak to those men. And I'm saying, I've been speaking to these men. There are men like me speaking to those men for years. But here's the thing. They come to us and say, well, why should I? Because here is where I'm at now with this woman. And these women are not the ratchet or the ghetto. These are women with degrees, women with money that are embracing these men. So don't look, if it's not you, then it's not you. But start thinking it's these other type of quote unquote low class women. When these women are degreed up, money stacked, dealing with these bums, unproductive brothers. So this is where we are. Women have now gotten to this space where they're going to take out the emotions in so many different ways. And they have this real nonchalant attitude towards dating, when really dating is a space where you need effort, you need patience, you need a smile. Dating takes reciprocity. Dating takes giving. And if it's only working one way, then I can promise you, you're going to be alone. And if that's your choice, then say that. But here's the other thing. I find far too many women who go into this super happy single until the day they die really are living in quiet desperation no matter what they tell you. You are not designed to die alone. But many women feel they have to do it. And there's a space for singleness. Make no mistake about it. I'm not trying to say it's wrong. But this going to your 50s, 60s, 70s as a single man or woman, that's healthy? I get it. I've been on many trips as a single man. But some of the best trips I've gone in my life is going on with someone that I can share that memory with and building memories with that person. Why would you deny yourself that? I don't care how much money you make, or how many degrees you have. What does that have to do with sharing a wonderful experience, overlooking the sunset in certain countries, on the water, on a boat, on a yacht, on a cruise ship, skydiving, balloon rides? Why would you not want to do that with someone? Well, do it both. Do it once as a single person and do another time with someone that you really care for. I guarantee the person you deal with is a much better experience. It's said that, a sporting event is much more enjoyable with crowds of people as to you being the only one in the stadium. You're created for relationships. And so take the time that you're single to enjoy you, get to know you, understand who you are, but also take that time to create environment and a space for someone to love you. But you do that by dating in a healthy mindset, a healthy space. And stop trying to date ladies like unproductive men who don't mean women any well-being. Rest in your femininity. Be feminine. It's powerful. And trust me, the men who sense that, along with all the other positive attributes that you have, I promise you, if he's intentional, he will give you the world. He has standards. He has boundaries. He knows his worth. And you reciprocate in kind. But too many women are dating from a very unhealthy place. Now, I'm not trying to make bad dating gender specific, but let's face it, men are the one asking women on dates. Now, there are women who are asking men on dates, but overall, men are doing the asking. Men are doing the asking. Men are doing the paying. And we're not talking 50-50 man. We're talking a man who's paying for the date from beginning to end. Men are buying the flowers. Men are buying the gifts. And there are women after time that will do so as well. But when you're dating, you're looking for a man who's going to lead. You're looking for a leader. You're looking for a protector. You're looking for a provider. There's nothing weak and wrong in being all complete in your femininity. So listen, I know there's more I'm going to add on to this in future podcasts, but I really wanted to speak to the women, particularly because I see this pattern and it's not doing you any justice. It's getting you horrible results. Horrible results. And it's going to a route of, going down a line of frustration. And then you're up here wondering what's wrong with all these men, when it really has absolutely nothing to do with the men. It has everything to do with you and how you're now trying to adapt to the new dating space, the apps, social media, day parties, brunches. And it's not setting your mindset for a position of receiving someone who really has your best intentions at heart. Pretty much you've put up a wall, a fence, barbed wire, and someone's out there trying to show you the world. But because you've been spending time with men who meant you no good, you, instead of brushing that off and saying you want nothing to do with that type of energy, you've absorbed it. And now you're projecting that on to the man who is a good guy. Now you're out here in masculine energy trying to control situations. And what you're doing is effectively blowing away what could be a possible match for you, as well as walking right past other great suitors for you. Ladies, stop listening to women who are telling you to downplay your femininity and to not listen to men. I'm telling you, an intentional man has things that you really need to listen to. But again, listen to who you choose to listen to. I have a track record. I have a resume of results. So I'm not telling you this off the top of my head. I'm not telling you this just because I've just gotten on these platforms or I've been doing this yesterday. Again, for me, this is not some vanity project. This is what I do. This is what I do. And I love it. And I'm proud of the results. I'm happy for the couples that have gotten engaged, marriage, and dating effectively. I have the testimonials. I've been on the panels. I've been interviewed enough. I write for columns of magazines. So again, what I do speaks for itself. And I come from a space of experience. And I've learned some things in my professional and my personal life when we talk about dating. I have not made all the best choices when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships. I've learned to listen. But again, the way I approach dating is going to be different than the way I coach women to approach dating because I'm a man. My whole position is different than hers. Her position is not to take on the energy of a man. And many of you women are doing that and you're not even realizing it. And I get it. You're really trying to minimize the rejection or the potential pain of that rejection. And I wish I had the magic pill to give you 100% success rate, but that's just not the reality. It's just not the reality. So women, stop dating like men. Stop dating. You want to have a good indication? Listen to the stories of married people outside of the ones that you know. Maybe just take up a conversation, or even heck, even eavesdrop on someone who talks about their marriage and how they met. You'd be surprised. And I get it. There are many more people on this platform now giving some advice on dating and relationships. And I just find far too many women, in particular, are not giving other women healthy advice. Now, I don't want to call them out by name because that's just their right to say whatever they want to say. Just like it's your right to listen to who you choose to listen to. But let me make it clear. Get to know you and who you are as a woman, a healthy one. Work on your standards, your boundaries. And in that process, you'll also find yourself not associating yourself any longer with certain people in your friends and family circle. Listen, we're talking about the rest of your dating life here, the rest of your relationship life, the rest of your sex life, the rest of your intimacy in your life. So you want to make sure that you get yourself to a place where you're putting the majority of the odds in your favor. This takes work. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say it's hard, but well, I will say it's worth it. And so in this world of dating, we want to make sure that you're dating like a woman. Relax in your femininity. There's such power in that. I also share a podcast with the Yashika Foster, affectionately known as the Art of Dating. You go to datingdiscussions.com and you click on a consultation with Yashika. So if you feel that I may not be the best person to give you this advice, then that woman is more than qualified to give you what you're looking for in terms of attracting the type of man that you're looking for to have in your life. Again, this is not about me. This is about the success of you women that I want you to have, because I know so many incredible women. I take pride in it. I mean, it's just, yes, they're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But I mean, when you look at who they are and the things that they've gone through, the places they are now, currently, it's great. And I have a lot of positive relationships with many women all over the world. Some of them are married, some of them dating, some of them in relationships, some of them are single. But I'm happy that we have this open dialogue, and I learn so much from them as they do from me. But I also get that maybe as a man, I'm not in a position to tell you how to date, and that's hard. So then I'll direct you to somebody who does. In the end, just know that I come from a place of wanting you to have the results that you're looking to have. So ladies, if you can listen to anything that I'm saying, listen to this. Stop dating like men. And if you have a challenge with hearing that, talk to enough men. I'm sure many of you ladies have male friends that you can ask, what is dating like a male like? What are the challenges? What are the victories? And take the time to listen. They'll tell you. And then compare that to how you're dating, the mindset, the energy that you use. And you'll find a lot of you are taking on those spaces that you don't need to be in. So I think I've shared enough for now. And I hope that what I've shared added some value to the dating space that you're in. Again, reach out to resultswithronnie@gmail.com if you have any questions or comments or thoughts that you feel that I need to address. My name is Ronnie Walker, Master Coach of Exceptional Dating, Relationships, and Sex. And this is the Mr. Relationship Man podcast series, as well as datingdiscussions.com. So, ladies, again, stop dating like women. I'm sorry, ladies, women, stop dating like men. Until again, This is Ronnie Walker, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye now.